Hey there everybody, Johnny T here, and today I'm going to talk about this Oakley Blade Watch. This is the Stealth Edition, so it's all black. I'm going to replace the battery in it because the battery is dead. This watch was made in the 90s, I believe. Yeah, turns out this watch is pretty heavily faked these days, which is interesting, probably because it's about $1,000 watch if it's new. So we see a lot of Chinese versions out there. So this is not the GMT version. This is not a chronograph or anything like that. It's just a regular. So I don't know if this is the wrong box or not. I'm not sure because it's the wrong box for the watch. So we'll see. It says 2003. Oh, I guess it's from the early 2000s. Sorry, not the 90s. Derp. Early 2000s watch. This should be a Swiss-made watch. So yeah, let's take a look and see what we got. So we do have the Oakley address here. I have not checked if this was correct or not, but yeah, looks like it's a little mailing list thing. This all looks pretty legit. You know, it says Oakley 2005 on there. So I'm not sure if the fake watches come with a little booklet like this. There's also a watermark here with the Oakley logo there. So I'm starting to think it's probably legit, but you never know. And then we have, let's get the watch out. So we got our case. And then we have our booklet. And the booklet also, I believe, thinks that this is the GMT version. Wrong booklet, wrong box, it seems. This doesn't go over the watch I have in particular. It's only the GMT version, so that's weird. Not sure why that's the case. The box does look old. It is falling apart. This is pretty common for these kinds of boxes from this era. That seems to be checking out. We do have a couple extra links with the bar. This is like a tension fit. I forget what they call it. Pin and collar. There you go. Pin and collar bar. This is steel. It looks like it's made out of ceramic, but it's not. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Anyways, here's the watch. Appears to be in pretty darn good condition. This is the rest of the watch box, the inside. It's a pretty nice felt. It looks like it's all even. Yeah, I don't know. Still don't know if this watch is legit or not. So let's take it off the pillow. We will put these things back in here and put this aside for now. So this is a, they call this a dual deploy clasp, I believe. It's in pretty good condition. Seems to be very shiny. Very good condition. So we'll take that off. I don't see any scratches on the crystal, probably because it's sapphire. Get this pillow out of here. And this, and look at all the boxes falling apart on my desk, which is fine. My desk is dirty anyways. So there's a watch. They call this the Blade Watch because I believe the hands are in the shape of a blade. How cool is that? Pretty cut and dry, right? It says it's Swiss made. It's got a date indicator. It's a three-hander, so this is probably using a very simple Swiss movement. It seems, I mean, it's very heavy. It's in very good condition. There's this kind of rubber in the off sections there, so you've got this really nice, flashy, polished black steel, and then this really nice rubber on the insides there. It gives it a really interesting look. Like, I think it looks, it's a very unique watch. It's kind of thin, actually, arguably, for how big it is and heavy. But that is a watch where people, you know, it's probably going to turn heads because it's not really something people see very often. It's a very, I mean, it might. Most people don't care about the watch you wear, let's be honest. But, yeah, it's a pretty cool looking watch. The crown is nice and stiff. That's a good sign that it's probably legit. Let's see if we can change the date by going to 12. Nothing happens, so let's go. We must be in the PM now, so let's keep going. This watch is very shiny, very reflective. It looks to be pretty well made. Yeah, the crown must have a gasket. I wonder what the water resistance is of this. I haven't looked yet. That red seconds hand looks like a harpoon. That's pretty cool. Okay, and here we go. And it changes at midnight like it's supposed to. That's a really good sign that people paid attention when they were putting the hands on, making sure they align with that date wheel. Which is ideal, obviously. And everything seems to line up pretty well, too. Like this bottom hours indicator seems to line up really well with 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock. The minutes hand lines up pretty well, too. Not so sure about the seconds hand. It looks like it might. Let's see what the quick change date does. Yep, that seems to be working. You usually want to put it at like 12 or 6:30 just so both hands are down, because sometimes you can't tell if that's hours hand and that's minutes hand, like right now. Obviously, when you do this, you could tell that that is the hours and minutes, but just to be on the safe side, you usually want to have both hands down here just so you don't ruin your mechanism. Kind of made a little mistake there. My apologies. So now we got the case back. The case back still has the plastic on it, so it's 10 bars, so it's 300 meters of water resistance, sapphire crystal, Oakley design, USA, Swiss made, stainless steel. Historically, when I work on watches like this, I try not to remove the bracelet, or I try not to mess with the bracelet because it can be a pain in the butt and you could scratch it up. I think I'm going to maybe remove it at the lugs. Is that... No, I think I'm just going to try to remove this case back off the watch as it is. Probably not the best thing to do, but I think that's what I'm going to do. And I think I'm going to use a plastic bag over the case back so I don't scratch it, because it does appear to be in new condition. So I'm going to use my case back opener. This might be a bit tight though. I'm going to try... Perhaps there is a smaller one I could use. Yeah. So I'm going to try the really small, narrow one I have. This one's made in India, not China. It's got the rectangular pegs on there. I think I'm going to try and use this and see how that goes. This is, if this thing has never been opened, I'd imagine that it's going to be quite tight, but I'm not going to really know that until I actually try to open it. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, it's pretty tight. It's very tight. I think I want to use my professional tool. I have to remove the band though in order to do that. I don't really, I mean, the way this watch is shaped makes me very nervous to put it in any kind of vise, to be honest. I think I'm going to try this again. And I'm just going to have to go for it, I suppose. Because I mean, I feel like this is just the best way to do it. I don't know. It'll be a good thing to actually get my tool in the case back though. Okay, let's try this one more time and really just torque it down. Oh, there we go. Right on. Okay, that makes me happy. So the fact that this is tight is a good thing. It means that the watch is probably pretty old, which it's supposed to be. I mean, this is a 20-year-old watch, you know. And I'm trying to be as gentle as I can with it. Gasket seems to be good. It seems to be gripping quite well. I'd imagine this watch probably has a large gasket. Here we go. It is coming off easier and easier, slow and steady. And still not off yet. Now I could use a tool to help out with this, but I don't want to scratch. I don't want to scratch my watch. Here we go. Moment of truth. Is it real? That looks real to me. Look at the case back. I forget what you call this type of machining, but that looks beautiful, actually. That's kind of a unique thing. So they put a lot of effort in the case back. WC04, so 2008, April 2008 was when this was made, perhaps. It's got a stamp down there, R02. I wonder if it's a Ronda movement. I think that is a Ronda in there. It's got a little gasket on there. I will be servicing this gasket. And yeah, now we can get a really good look at this case back. Beautiful. The Oakley symbol, blade. Looks like a circular saw blade. Beautiful. Swiss made, sapphire, so on and so forth. Looks legit to me. I don't know why it's got the wrong box, but whatever. I'm gonna adjust my camera a little bit. Spot focus. No, let's not spot focus. Bad camera. Okay. I just have to put this down. Whoa. Sorry about that. Okay. And we're good, right? Is that focused? Doesn't look like it, does it? Still in spot focus mode. There we go. Whoop. Whoops. Sorry everyone, I'm not good at this. There we go. Okay. So the camera is really in my face now. That's not ideal, is it? So there's the movement. I believe that's a Ronda. It's probably like a 715. This is a really common movement. A lot of inexpensive Swiss watches. Well, I'm not an inexpensive Swiss watch. That's funny. Entry-level Swiss watches, because expense is subjective, right? Use this movement. So it's using a 371 battery. I'm gonna bring this watch up to my face for a second, just so I can read everything. I can't really see what I'm doing over there. It should say on the plastic what it is. Yeah, it's a Ronda 715, 100%. So I think this is like probably a 5 jewel gold plated movement. So everything checks out. So these Rondas, they have a lever next to the they have a lever next to the coil right there, and all you want to do is get a tool that'll, you know, fit in this hole, and then you pull back and your battery comes out. It's a beautiful system. I love how easy these batteries are to change on these watches. So it is a Ronda 371. So I should have a 371 in here somewhere. Yes, except mine are not going to be Ronda brand. That's fine, I think. So what I'm using is, I can't remember what brand these are. But that is a 371 battery. Should work, in theory. I hope this watch works. I mean, if it doesn't, you know, the movement's really not an expensive one. Like, I think I could get a brand new 5 jewel gold-plated Ronda movement for, I don't know, $40 maybe, I think is what it's worth. Okay, so what you want to do, I actually managed to get this battery in perfectly, although things are in the way now, so I think I have to move my camera back just a smidge. Okay, so what we want to do, this is going to be difficult. So we got this between the tabs on the top, and then there's a little spring on the bottom, and you want us to insert the battery between those two things, which it is, and then we want to get in here, and we want to just pull back on this lever and then push down on the battery and not do what I just did. This is very, 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 very tricky to do with the band still on, because I usually want to come in from the side and do this, but because of the nature of me not removing this, there we go, just like that. Now it's in. Now we probably want to put this here movement holder back in. So these do have a notch. That notch is for the crown, so it's only supposed to go in one way, which is this way. It goes in perfectly, actually. Yeah, it didn't give me any fuss whatsoever. Very good. And then we want to get, oh, I need to work on this gasket, don't I? Yeah, okay. Let's grease this gasket. We'll take a look at it and make sure it's healthy, but yeah, just lift that out of there like that. Well, it was stuck in there a bit, but see how flexible it still is. Yeah, it's still got a lot of... I don't know, I feel like this gasket's fine to reuse. I think I'm going to do that. I think it's fine. It's still very... it's not stiff, it's not brittle. So I'm going to stick it in my gasket greasing thing, silicone sealant thingy, and get some distribution on there. And then I'm going to pull it out, flip it over, just do it again. And now it should have a pretty good little, should have a pretty good amount of grease on there now, which I believe it does. Looks like it's good and saturated. And now I just want to get this back on the movement as easily as possible, or on the case back anyways. Okay, and then what I usually like to do, I'm going to remove some of this grease by accident, but I like to just move my fingers over and then get it down. And then I like to just come in and press it in, because we don't want the gasket to get chewed up by our threads here. This looks fine. Good. Alright, now we can reinstall our gasket with our grease. I don't even know if the watch is working yet. I usually confirm that the watch is running before I put all this effort in, but yeah, so let's blow some things out. Looks like there's some kind of something on the back here. Oh, wow. Okay, so the back of the watch has this rubber too. I didn't realize that until right now. So the back of the watch has all this rubber on it. That's not metal, that's rubber around the where the gasket goes almost. I mean, there is a small metal ring in there, but then it's rubber and then it's metal here. So that's really cool. Okay. So now let's just install the, and I'm looking at the threads to make sure it looks like it's going to thread on. And then we just want to very gently kind of guide this in. I don't want to use any tools because I don't want to scratch anything. Looks like I've got it threaded. That's good for now. Okay, moment of truth. I'm going to get my camera back to its original orientation. Something like that. Okay, let's take a look. Please run. It's running. And how does the seconds hand line up? That's spot on. Sort of. Oh, it runs. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. That makes me so excited. This is exciting. I've never owned this watch. I've always wanted to have one of these Oakleys. I've been seeing them for a long time. They're just very expensive for kind of what they are, in my honest opinion. But after having held one in my hands and worked on it, like, yeah, it's using a cheap Ronda 715, but I love the way this watch looks, and it's so heavy. It's a very heavy, thick band. It's super unique too. I mean, I don't know. Is there another watch like this one? Probably not. I mean, maybe Fossil makes something similar, perhaps. Right on. Okay. Wow. Amazing. We'll do dimensions and call it a video. I'm so happy this is running, though. I'm sure it's going to run just fine. These Ronda 715s, they're reliable. I haven't really had any issues with them, so I believe them to be good movements. Okay, moment. Let's figure this out. I don't know how to really measure this. I guess we'll go here. It's very... So it's like 46 millimeter case size. It's really smooth everywhere, so it's not easy. There's some kind of a hair or something on the crystal. Okay, so it's like 46 millimeters. The lug width, or the lug to lug, is going to be kind of weird. Do it like I do a G-Shock, I guess. Come out to like there. Looks like it's about 43 millimeter lug to lug. And then the case, or the lug width roughly, I don't know, that's such a weird watch. It's like 27, almost 20 millimeter. And then the thickness is 11.5 millimeters. So there you go. Beautiful watch. I don't know if the stealth one is my favorite one out there. It's so interesting. Yeah, that second hand is spot on right there. Man, what a weird watch. I don't know. Like I think I would have preferred to have a contrast. Like if the steel was, you know, silver steel colored, and then you had this black rubber. I think that would look pretty good. Let's see if it matches up there. Yeah, it's pretty close. It is stuttering a little bit though, the seconds hand, so once it runs for a little while, it should hopefully stop stuttering. Man, simple, interesting watch. The indices are just, I don't know, it looks like a cassette for a bicycle, sort of, kind of, to me. With all the teeth, it's just, the teeth are going inside instead of outside, I guess. Awesome. So what's a watch like this worth? In this condition, I don't know, 600 to 800 probably. If it was new, probably around $1,000. Yeah. How cool is that? Oh, I didn't really go over the clasp. So it does say stainless steel on there, and it's very stiff. Like, this is such a stiff watch. Like, look at this. And that's it. That's all the play you get. So yeah, and it's a proprietary bracelet. I mean, you can't really put anything else on it, can you? So, but man, what a cool watch. I've always wanted one of them, and now I have one. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If I helped you fix your Oakley Blade Watch, definitely like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Or if you found this interesting, do the same. Yeah, I'll see you all in the next one, and thanks for watching. Take care.